South African President Jacob Zuma has escaped the latest attempt to convict him of corruption. State prosecutors have decided to appeal against a court ruling calling for nearly 800 charges to be reinstated. The accusations surround a multi-billion-dollar arms deal dating back to the 1990s. They were dropped in 2009, just weeks before Zuma was elected president. Joining us from Cape Town is Lawson Naidoo, Executive Secretary of the Council for the Advancement of the South African Constitution, a South African NGO working to advance the Constitution, as we said. Good to have you on the show. What do you make of what happened?
Good afternoon. Well, the decision of the National Prosecuting Authority was not a surprise. I think it was widely expected that they would seek to appeal this decision of the High Court, even though there is lots of concern that there is really no firm legal basis on which to do so. I think it's very much a delaying tactic, seeking to draw the matter out even further. We've been on this road now for 7 years before we got to this stage. A further appeal to the Supreme Court and then on to the Constitutional Court can now be anticipated in order to drag this matter out for the next 2 to 3 years.
A lot of time was spent justifying this decision. What do you put that down to?
Well, I think a lot of time was spent by the National Director of Public Prosecution, South Africa's Attorney General, to try and assure the South African public that he and his office execute their mandate independently, without fear, favour or prejudice. And I think that was testimony to the fact that there is a serious concern within South Africa about the independence of the NPA, which has been racked by allegations of political interference. Many years, not just in this case.
But I mean, what he's saying, it's not true, is that, I mean, there's been a lot of political interference. I mean, some people have even received death threats.
Indeed, and the fact that not a single National Director of Public Prosecutions has served a full term of office. They've been removed from office when they've gotten close to dealing with politically sensitive matters. We've had directors suspended and removed, even though inquiries have found them to be fit to hold office. Others were, inquiries were cancelled at the last minute and they were given hefty golden handshakes to walk away. So the NPA has been racked by political interference over a period of time, and we need to take steps within South Africa to ensure that the NPA can indeed carry out its functions properly.
So how do you think South Africans are feeling about this, the fact that, you know, many of them want to see Jacob Zuma in court, and the fact that he always uses the Constitution to justify dismissing people? And I'm thinking of the finance minister here, Nene.
Indeed. I mean, in terms of his responsibility in regards to cabinet, the president obviously has the prerogative to hire and fire cabinet ministers. It becomes more difficult where there's interference in constitutionally independent bodies, such as the National Prosecuting Authority.
So where to from here? What would you like to see happen next? What do you think, from a constitution point of view, should happen next?
Well, firstly, I think I'm not sure that it's a given that leave to appeal will be granted in this matter, because the judgment of the North Gauteng High Court was very clear and concise in terms of its reasoning, that only a court should make the determination that a prosecution of Mr. Zuma would be unfair and unprocedural. It is also settled law in our Supreme Court that the courts can make such a decision that a prosecution should continue, and therefore I do not really see that this will succeed in the Supreme Court, but that, you know, this is, as I say, really a matter of delaying the process, to delay the moment at which the NPA have to actually take a decision to reinstitute the 783 fraud and corruption charges against the president.
Good to have you with us, Lawson Naidoo. Thank you.